Hi, good morning. I'm Christine Kidder, career coach, helping you find work that works for you. Happy Monday morning. If you are watching this broadcast right now, please comment in the comments. Let me know um, where you're watching from. Uh, Give me your reactions, likes, hearts. I love all of that. And that way we can get a great start to this week. This is the weekly career planning session. This is the last one I'm doing for this year. This is my 25th one. I started doing them in April of this year, and it came out of helping professionals really have a plan, because it doesn't matter if you're looking for a new job or if you're happy where you're at. You need to have a career plan. I mean, not having a plan is you're essentially planning to fail. So when you have a plan, you have a clear direction on where you're going, and that's the whole purpose of the session, is to help you, guide you in putting together a plan for the week to get the results that you want. I'm going to go ahead and get started because I appreciate your time in joining me, and then also I want to use your time efficiently, because we only have an hour to put together our plan for the week. And I'm going to go ahead and share the template so you can see it right here. So yeah, so that will be on your screen. This is my template that we follow. And yeah, I'm still on the screen. I just wanted to make sure that my screen was set up properly the way I wanted to. All right, great. And then there is going to be, as we're working through the template and putting together our plan, there's going to be background music that I play just to help you really focus and do focus on the task that you need to do in getting your plan together for this week. So, and then I will have some things scrolling as well to help you, just to remind you. There will be people coming in and out of the call as well, and that's totally fine. I also share this recording, so if you can't stay for the whole time and you want to receive the materials and the recording, I'm going to have a link you can get on my email list as well, and that way you'll get the resources from this and then from other events that I do too. Because again, it's not just about doing a job search, but what can you do to make your current work even better and more fulfilling? Because I think we can always do that as well. Okay, so let's get started with the first thing. Is we're going to take 5 minutes to create mental white space. That's really important, to have that mental white space and just focus on what you need to focus. We have a lot of things on our mind too. You might have already had like a crazy morning, and you just need to clear your mind. Our minds are not the best for storage. They're better for creativity. So it's just good to take the 5 minutes, clear your mind. Anything that's on your mind, maybe put it on a sheet of paper, or just put it in a Word document, put it in the parking lot, put it aside, and that way you can be really present to this next hour and putting together your plan, starting now. I'm setting my timer, and then I'm going to go ahead and put some hold music on too. Less than 2 minutes left to clear your mind. Okay, I don't know if you hear the timer, but it's time for us to move on to our next step here. All right, I'm gonna pull back up our planner. So the next thing that we're gonna be doing is we're going to be conquering our inbox. We need we need a little win. It's great to start off the morning with a little win, and conquering your inbox is a great way to have a win. And so anyway, let me just do that for you right here. So we're going to take 5 minutes to do this next step. And you can do a variety of things in 5 minutes to conquer your inbox. You can unsubscribe, probably have some emails that you don't need anymore. You can unsubscribe. And then, or maybe there's an email or a couple emails that you need to send that you've been procrastinating on. You could use this time to get those done too. You could just clean up your inbox, delete some emails that you don't need anymore. Maybe you need to move some things from your inbox. It's not really great to use it for storage. If there's an email that you need to save it in your files. Don't save it in your inbox. So just some different things that you can do to conquer your inbox, make your inbox the valuable tool that it is in helping with your career and getting work done. And we'll set the timer for the next 5 minutes starting now, and then I'll update the banner as well. Less than 2 minutes. Time to move on. There's that timer reminding us that we need to get moving here. Okay, and now I'm going to take us back to our planner. The next thing that we're going to be working on, as I pull it up here for you, is to set our goals for the week. What do we want to accomplish? What do we want to have done by the end of this week? And picture yourself, like, what would make you feel really good? What would make you feel like you were very productive this week? What are those things that will really move the needle for you? What are those results that you need to see? And so often we set too many goals, and then we're not able to get anything done because we set way too many goals. I recommend that you set no more than 3 to 5 goals for the week ahead. And like, for example, for me, and do that on a daily basis too. So for today, I have 3 goals that I'm going to take care of, because again, if I set too many, then I will be just stretching myself too thin, and I'm really not going to be able to focus on what I need to get done. So, and it's important to, another key thing is to write down what those goals are. Don't keep them in your head, write them down, and then even write them down every day. It only takes a minute or two to do that, but that way you have the clarity, you have the focus. Your goals that you set are your compass, and they're setting your direction for the week. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to take 5 minutes to do that, and I'll go ahead and set the timer for 5 minutes starting now. And I'll go ahead and put our work music back on too in a second here. So yeah, what are those goals that you want to focus on in the coming week? And then if you have extra time, then you can decide, okay, how are you going to break them up in the coming days? And then I'll show you one more page. Like after the 5 minutes is up, I'll show you another thing to help with setting your goals too. Two minutes. Okay, it is time. You have to keep on moving here and use our time efficiently. And I wanted to show you, we're going to go back to the template because there was a page in that. So again, this is in the materials that you receive from being on my email list and from being in this planning session, registering for it. And there's a sheet here, a blank sheet too, that you can use to plan the days of your week as well. So it's a simple one pager, but once you establish your goals for the week, then you really need to plot out like what days you're going to work on which components. So again, that's in the materials that you receive. All right, and then, all right, so I'm sharing that, and we're going to need to move on to the next step here. So we've set our goals, and I also put in the comments, often when I meet new people are interested in my services. I mean, that they often struggle with the goal setting. That can be quite a challenge. What are the goals that I need to identify for this week? And we work on that. So I put in, just to do a complimentary career clarity call, I put in a link in the comments for you as well to schedule that. It's complimentary and it's a recorded call. I used to charge for that, but now I just want to make it complimentary to you to provide you with even more value and to help you with your career. So it's complimentary going forward. And yeah, I'm happy to help. So I encourage you to schedule that time. Okay, so getting back to the next step, we've set our goals. Now what we need to do is schedule conversations with at least key, I refer to them as prospects, but they can be people that are helping you with your work project, or if you are doing a job search, new contacts at that target company that you're trying to get in. If you are doing a job search, you should have a target company list, and you should be looking to build new connections. Sorry for the background noise. It's my puppy playing with his bone there. Thanks for your patience. Okay, so you're going to get 5 minutes to work on this. But again, like to reach out, maybe send out emails to get those 3 conversations scheduled for this week. Make it happen, because if you don't do it now, this Monday morning, then it most likely is not going to happen. Don't leave it to chance. So we're going to take 5 minutes to do that, and I'll get our work music back on, but starting now. Minute and a half left. Okay, it is time for us to move to our next piece. And this is going to be slightly longer. You get a whopping 10 minutes for this next phase. And but it's something that's important to spend some time on as well. And you have a couple of different options on how you're going to spend the next 10 minutes. Like, what do you need the most in these next 10 minutes? So I'll go ahead and give you your options here. Let me just pull up the planner again for you. Okay. Now, if you are in job search mode, then I would recommend that you take the next 10 minutes to look at your resume with a fresh set of eyes this morning, or your LinkedIn profile, which I did a lot of training on this past week. That, in my opinion, is even more important than your resume, because people can go to it so quickly. There's a variety of reasons, but whatever you feel you need the most on, maybe you can do a little bit of both, but look with a fresh set of eyes this morning at your LinkedIn profile or your resume. That's if you're in job search mode. Or even, you don't have to be in job search mode. Like, if you're totally happy in your job, but when was the last time you looked at your LinkedIn profile? If it's been ages, you really should look at it. I'm sure you could make some quick updates, or at least take a look at it and jot down what you would like to update. Or you could also use this time to just work on that project that you have been spending the majority of your time on. Maybe just have another 10 minutes to focus on that. The last option you could take this time for is you could just brainstorm. You could use this time for creativity. How much do we really give ourselves in brainstorming time during our work? So those are your options. I'm going to go ahead and set the timer for 10 minutes. And then I feel like I'm your DJ and putting on some background work music, but I know I need that too to help me be more productive. But we'll set the timer starting now for 10 minutes. And I'll get the work music back. 5 minutes left. Less than a minute and a half left to wrap up. There's the timer. It's 10:45. We have about 15 minutes left and we're making great progress. We have a couple more steps left. If you do have any questions, put them in the comments as I am checking them periodically because we'll have a few minutes at the end to answer any career work-life questions that you might have and get those addressed. Okay, now I need to stop my screen share, bring us back to the template so we can move on and wrap this up. Okay, here we go. Oh, and also, I just realized I need to share, many of you I know have a hard time or don't like networking. And I don't even like to call it networking. I call it connecting instead, because that's what it really is. You're connecting, you're making new connections with people. And that's really important to do. Or maybe you're following up with some of your connections that you haven't talked with in a while. I have a worksheet with that. So I'm going to go ahead. I will share that, before the end of the session, because you do get that too as part of the materials from this. But anyway, so since I'm sharing the template, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take 5 minutes to shout out to those who have supported us, who have helped us with either our work project that we're on right now, we've been putting in a lot of hours on, or in your job search. That's important to do that too. And a great way to shout out is to tag someone in a post, or maybe just to send them a text message or an email, or even call them. You could take this next 5 minutes to do that. But it is important to thank those, to have gratitude, and to really recognize those people that have helped you along the way. Because typically for us to make progress, we can't do it alone. We need others to help us. I will set the timer for 5 minutes starting now. And then as your DJ here, I'll go ahead and get the music, the work music played again. 2 minutes. (10:52), and we have one more step left, and then there will be time for questions if you do have any questions at the end. And yeah, and I so appreciate you being here too and watching this, even if it's just for a few minutes. That's totally cool because typically the Monday, the first day of the work week, can be a busy day. And I'm really honored that you are watching, even if, again, if it's just for a few minutes. All right. Now, what I wanted to share with you before we do our last step here is I wanted to share another one of the worksheets that you get when you participate in this. And what it is, this is to help with networking, which strikes fear in so many people's hearts. There's no reason to let it, to feel that way. I mean, you can make a game out of it. And that's what the whole purpose of this worksheet that I'm sharing is right now, is to make a game out of it. Grade yourself, give yourself points for different levels of activity. These are different. And here's your thermometer that you really should shoot for. You want to get 35 to 50 points really on a weekly basis. That's the goal. And this is how you get the points. So every personal referral that you get a point for that. And then for any virtual or face-to-face appointment, you may have more virtual these days, but you get when it's set, you get 2 points for that. And then when it's actually the meeting is held, then you get 3 points, or the phone conversation, the live conversation, you get 3 points for that. And then for every actual job interview, then you get 4 points. So it's pretty good. And that way you're tracking your progress for the different levels of activity that you're doing. Okay, so back to the template. Let me share that again, and then we can finish up. And again, if you do have any questions in the meantime, put them in the comments. I'll take you back to the planner here. Here we go. All right, so this last step is to send a handwritten thank you note to someone else who's helped you. It's like the next step. It was great to shout out to people that have helped us, but write a handwritten thank you note, because how many times have you received that in your life? It really helps you to stand out. It only takes 5 minutes to do it, and it's a great way to go the extra mile to acknowledge those people who have helped you. So I'll set the timer for 5 minutes starting now so you can do that handwritten thank you note. And I'm going to put a link for quick feedback. I really thank you for being here, and I appreciate any feedback that you can give me, because it helps me to make this session more effective for anyone participating. I'll get the work meeting. Okay, that means our time is up, and it is 11 o'clock, right on the money, and I have to stop this timer from going on and on and on. Have a great week. I didn't see any questions in the comments. However, if you do have questions, you can message me anytime on LinkedIn. Let's make sure that we are connected on LinkedIn. And if we haven't had a quick chat, a live conversation, we should, because that's my goal with all of my connections is to at least have one chat with you and just to check in and see how things are going. So hear your elevator pitch and give you some feedback on it, because that's what it's all about. Have a great week, everyone. Thanks again for joining and for watching, even if you can only be here for a few minutes, and have a great week. And I'm also doing something next week to help you review your 2021 year. What worked for you? What didn't work? So that's again on November 9th. Sorry, the date is escaping me all of a sudden, but make sure you put that in your calendar. It's going to be at 12 p.m. noon. And I'm sorry, it's the 10th. It's not the 9th. It's November 10th at 12 p.m. So again, to review your year and really use it to learn and have an even better 2022. Bye. Thank you so much.